TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Hello, everybody. What's up, people?
It's your own clip.
And you're listening to Enyimba TV radio. Stay tuned. Enyimba
TV radio.
Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to
Hey.
Radio. Enyimba TV radio. We dare to
And that's just how I could get one view for YouTube today.
Radio. We are not just about radio.
I was wrong.
TV or YouTube numbers. We are all about
I
connecting
said I never do show since.
and creating a community of great minds and values. This is radio like you never heard before. Enyimba TV radio, the pathfinder for radio.
All right. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Enyimba TV radio. My name is Idafe Matthews. You love to call me the Enyimba One of Sports. Yes, I didn't come back with an accent, okay? I'm still the same me. 2 weeks is too short to have an accent. And I'm very certain that even if I spend 10 years in Europe, I will still not have an accent because an accent is what identifies you. It's like your social security number. It's like your passport. And I have a Nigerian accent that I'm very, very proud of. Having said that, I've got Emmanuel Sebastian with me this morning, and I've got a lot of sports fans that are over the top. Some are practically walking naked right now. Some are experiencing orgasm on per seconds billing. Some practically can walk into a supermarket, buy things, and say, "I'm a sports fan. I'm a sports fan. I'm not supposed to pay." You know, all over the world, not just in not London, but all over the world. First of sports fans have not experienced a season go from the beginning of the season to this stage and have not lost a game. They've not experienced it. There is not a sports fan that is alive right now that can say he or she have experienced that. That's one part of the conversation. Another thing is, after losing Hurricane, you would expect that it might be the season where they will struggle, but somehow Spurs have gone from strength to strength. They've done the impossible. They drew with Arsenal, which is the only game that they dropped points this season, 23 points out of a possible 27. Okay, they drawn 2 times out of a possible 27. That's incredible when you realize that in this same league, Manchester City have lost 2 games. Arsenal have drawn 2 or 3 games now. And you look carefully at Spurs and you say, oh, nothing new. They are doing exactly what Arsenal did last season. But the question is, can they do one better than Arsenal and go on to win the league? Are you willing to go to them right now and bet your money on Tottenham Hotspur and say they would win the league for sure? Well, I'm going to be expecting you guys out there on Instagram and on YouTube to give your response to that. But beyond that, if you're not seeing my video clearly on Instagram Live, my camera fell yesterday at the Munich airport, the entrance of the Munich airport, and the screen smashed, and the camera is gone. I'm going to try to get a new phone, but depending when I get a new phone, will manage me like this. I'm not going to find before, so if the camera make me one more, not be the camera because that's who I am. It's just that I'm very, very good at talking football, the greatest football analyst that ever lived, and are still living. Okay, having said that, Emmanuel Sebastian, you're welcome. Good morning. I missed you guys. Hey, my besties, yeah, Brendan, Inkiru, how are you? You know they sleep. Emmanuel Sebastian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to everyone who's tuned in on the show. It's been a long time, but we're back on
long time.
We're back on the microphone, and it's always nice to be back on the microphone. And
did you enjoy the break?
It was okay. It was okay at least. So I've got some football actions to engage myself in. So yeah, the break was okay. But I mean, you're not in the studio. Even though you had some serious engagements to do, which has to be done.
Yeah.
But so we just have to move on. And glad you're back. And we're talking about Spurs. I don't know if that's why you were wearing an Arsenal jersey this morning.
Are you crazy right now? Don't play with me like that. We talk about Spurs because it's a show. We need to talk. Spurs, please don't mention Spurs and Arsenal in the same breath. We're not mates.
But
waiting concern Lion and Goat. What's that?
I just have to chip that in on the lighter note.
Please don't lighter notes again. Do it at Spurs and Liverpool. You can do that.
No, they won yesterday against Fulham, and they went back on top of the table. That game was, it was a game.
The Kevin Bassey nightmare.
Kevin Bassey nightmare. I don't know. What's your take on? We've seen right-footed centre backs play as a left centre back. Van Dijk all his life is a right footer. He's playing as a left centre back, but it's rare to see a left footer playing as a right centre back or a left full back playing as a right full back. You see right back play as a full back, but it's rare for the reverse. And I think it was more the case for Bassey yesterday. He played alongside Tim Green, who's also a left footed, but he has to be the guy who plays from the right. And those two goals, as a result of his error, of his clearance with that right foot, weaker foot, getting Spurs the ball and getting their goals. So what's your take on that scenario? Do you think
so? First off,
something you fought Bassey for yesterday?
First off, I didn't watch the game, so I just read a few reports on it, watched the highlights. My plane landed 10:30, and then Nigeria happened. They said the conveyor belt that was carrying our baggages was faulty, and they were repairing it. They couldn't even use another one, and it's a new terminal, the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Okay, we had to wait for eternity. I left the airport like to 12:48, and then driving through the Third Milan Bridge and all that. I practically got home by 3. Okay, so I'm not really slept. I was contemplating between doing this show or not, but I have a fight today, and I think coming on the show and doing the show would give me a little bit of energy and verve. I want to go to Access Bank and give them a fight. Now, this fight has been on the ground for a while. It might eventually go to court the way it is, but let's do the physical rough first. But let's come back to that. I think that, like you said, it is okay when you put a right-footed player on the left side. It's easy to manipulate because, let's be honest, footballers are more adept to playing right-footed than left-footed, right? So when you put a left-footed player on the right side, it's a bit difficult because the person that is coming at them is always coming at them on their weaker foot. Even the passes that they get, the person who's passing to you does not practically say, I'm giving a pass to your left foot. You say, I'm giving a pass to you, you have to adjust yourself and do that. And because you are in the center of defense, the thing that you can do in midfield where you transition the ball from your left foot to your right foot, you don't have that chance. And again, you're playing a team that it's maybe the second highest pressing team in the Premier League behind Brighton. The second or third highest pressing team because Liverpool also press very well. I don't have a factual statistics to that, but if we're talking about the top 5 highest pressing teams in the Premier League right now, Spurs should be there. For once, I've said something positive about Spurs, but they are still shitty team anyway. They are still shit. But having said that, when you play in a match where your team is not controlling possession for 90 minutes of the time, we can talk about Virgil van Dijk, but his team control possession maybe 80, 75 or 80 minutes of the time. So you could accept it. Yeah. But when you are the team that is always defending and you're playing against a rampaging, devastating, untouchable Spurs, you got to come out with your best foot. And I don't think that they came out with their best foot against Spurs. They came out playing, and these are the things that I don't like about football. I've told you here before that I don't like utility player. I keep saying this thing, like, if you're a utility player, you don't have to play ball. I keep saying it, but people don't be like, oh, David, what are you saying? You shouldn't be saying that. Bassey would be judged on what he does as a center back, and nobody would accept whether he was playing as a left-footed player on the right side of center back. They would say he no sabi. But if you talk to his left full back, he's a left full back, plays as a left full back, then you will judge him properly, professionally. Unfortunately, he's made himself the El Shaddai. Eventually, he will die because he will be judged by his ability to play football, to defend in tight spaces, in the position that he's accepted to defend. Now, they considered 2 goals last night. and all two were his fault. Just the same way Chelsea fans are blaming the goalkeeper Sanchez, right? So, in my own opinion, I think he should walk up to the coach and say, "I'm a left-sided player. Want to play me centre back? Play me as a left-sided player." That's what also happened in Ajax, where they played him on the right side of the centre back, and he was just making mistakes because it doesn't work. And when you hear that European football, they have team of scouts, they have all these analysts, video analysts, and I'm asking myself, what the heck is wrong with you people? If you have all these scouts, you scouted the player before you signed him, you've seen clips of him at Rangers, you've seen him at Ajax, you know where he's weak and where he's strong. Why throw him under the bus? Why put him where he will be weak and then you will lose? If you want to lose a match, if you want to fix a match, fix it properly. Don't do it like this. And it's not good. For me, it's not good for Kevin Bassey. But hey, really kudos to Spurs for winning. But my question to you is, do you see Spurs at this rate doing what Arsenal couldn't do last season? You see,
you remember this question last season.
This is why no, you are the one that started it now.
Yeah,
Antonio Conte and Spurs will do like This guy is serious at all.
Why would it be like if I stick to that prediction back to back and it fails again?
And now you fail now. Like fail, yeah, especially if you failure.
But what's the difference? Anyway, Ange is coming with a new energy.
The difference is that this team defend better.
From that contest,
the Conte team is a bunch of guys that is not happy. The one thing that I'll give Ange credit for, you hardly see a team lose a player like Harry Kane and don't dip into the market.
Yeah.
To be able to say I trust. I mean, Son Heung-min is a good player, no doubt about it. But who would trust Son Heung-min to lead an attack line? He's very small, he's short, and it will miss a lot of the area balls. So you have to depend on playing through the ground for it to happen. And I suppose it's not the most astutely attacking team. There are teams that can defend better. There are teams that can stab them off the ball. So you would think from the get-go that, oh, this man, the job is to make the top four. That's the biggest miracle that Ange Postecoglou would achieve. But to not take it a step further, coming 9 games now, so
yeah,
and they've not lost a single game.
Not to lose a game.
I think he's overachieved, but it's early days yet. If you were throwing the same question to me, I'll tell you, Spurs are not winning the title.
And another thing is should I say less pressure on the Ange? He's coming from Celtic. I mean, just steady the ship, no European competition. Even if they finish in the top 6, I think it would be a decent finish as well.
No, it will not.
But top
if they finish in top 6, it's not a decent finish.
In his first season in charge,
he's got a team. I think currently him and Liverpool have the best midfield in the Premier League. Liverpool's got a fantastic midfield that nobody's talking about. Nobody's giving the club credit for turning around his midfield nightmare. Even though Chelsea was busy hijacking, they hijacked the wrong set of midfielders. And Liverpool set up their midfield very well. But Bissouma, Sarr, and the other guy, fantastic. And then you have Udogie, who's playing out of his skin. Son is playing incredible football, as well as Kulusevski. I mean, I'm not going to wish them injuries, but I don't see Spurs winning the title. Let's be very honest. But if they make the top 4, that's a pretty big miracle, because the way I see the top 4, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, definitely are guaranteed. And then it's going to be between Man United, Chelsea, and Spurs. I thought that Chelsea were going to do well, but again, when they signed Mauricio Pochettino instead of Luis Enrique, I was a bit worried, because for me, I know this is what's going to happen with Mauricio Pochettino. And people can argue all those, they sign new players, young players, blah, 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 blah. Arsenal Wenger use young player, practically young kids, to make top 4 serially. So I'm not buying into that, but I'm buying into the fact that they had series of injuries that really mattered. When Kevin De Bruyne and Rodrigo injured, we saw how bad Man City went. Three games on the bounce, losing. One FA Cup to Newcastle, losing to Arsenal, losing to Wolves. So I can understand the injury side of the conversation for Chelsea, but I still think that Mauricio Pochettino, I mean, look at the game against Arsenal. You're winning 2-0. See, it's not every football match that you must make substitution. I don't know what the hickey with coaches that think you must substitute players. It's not as if you want to play Champions League midweek, or you get any European competition that you want to play midweek. So what the heck? If you're winning against a team that seemingly in form, not in their best form, but they're in form, and you are down there somewhere and you're winning, hold on to that win. The arrogance to make that substitution the way he did it, well, the chicken came home to roost. But even Chelsea fans are happy that he got to draw. Like since when Chelsea don't they celebrate draw against Arsenal? I thought Arsenal was always a guaranteed 3 point for Chelsea. How the mighty falling.
Yeah, like you said, Pochettino and his subs, killed that game for Chelsea. But shout out to Arsenal, showed great character to come back away from home, having gone 2 goals down. And for Spurs, I mean, we have to give credit to James Madison, who's coming. One of the
turn the team around.
Signings who's coming, turn the team around and all that. Somebody's asking here, why is Enyimba playing as a right centre back? You see that Fulham doesn't have. No, they have. I think it's Sadio and Tosin. Adarabioyo were injured.
They were injured.
So all they had left was left footers who plays as a centre back. So that was why you saw Calvin Bassey playing as a right centre back yesterday. So yeah, you can't. The fact is, he committed the errors and let you go. You can't take that away, but. We hope he bounce back from that in subsequent games for Fulham. Moving on the show, it's still the Sport Buffet on Enyimba TV Radio for those of you that are just joining us. Let's talk about your trip, your Europe tour. How was it like? I mean, from Nigeria to
Amsterdam
to Portugal to France to Germany. I mean, what a rush! What a rush.
Spain inside.
Spain is inside as well. I mean, tell. I have to touch on this. Even the Super Eagles camp, we also happened in the Super Eagles camp. I mean, it's Francis Zorro drama and all that. What's it like in camp? Then tell us about the Bayern Youth Club.
I think let me start.
Nigeria retain the title of Bayern Youth Club. So just give us a rundown.
Let me start with Francis Zorro. I've not seen a bigger fool like that boy. Okay, so
that was hard.
No, it's not hard. Telling people truth, not be bad thing. I've not seen a bigger fool than him. You see, there are idiots, and then there is Francis Uzor.
I say this from what you saw in camp or what he put out on social media.
What he put out on social media, he shouldn't have come to apologize. Idiot. First off, you see when the whole country went against Maduka Okoye, he kept quiet. He just stayed on his lane. Back to the. You conceded goals that my grandparents will not concede. You bailed ball that was going out. At best, it will hit the bar and come out and bail it into the net. Even your captain, Wilfred, he looked at you like if this was hidden, like when we're trapped in a lift, in a dark lift, I will beat the living daylight out of you. And then you come out and say, if he is, make Oyibo sign you. Like the slave mentality, the stupidity of that comment is beyond.
Terrible.
Sometimes people don't even want to attack you, don't want to throw you. They're trying to defend you. I remember me and Oma was talking like, how do we even try to put some defense? Let's spin this thing a bit and make it like, but we win. We won the game, blah, blah, blah. The environment was not. Let's find. And then we saw we were driving with Sadiq Umar when we saw the comment. Like, as I Oma, because I told him it was like, let's find a way to bend people's mind. Since we're in the camp, let's put a story that would ease the conversation. Instead of attacking the goalkeeper, people will start attacking us. We were willing to put ourselves on the line, but I wasn't willing. Omar was willing. And I told Omar, I said, Omar, this is not a child that wants to be saved. This is an idiot.
I saw his tweets as well.
He was trying to bend it.
And
I told him, Omar, we deliberately push Osimhen, but Osimhen played the ball.
Yeah.
We sat down and said, but wait, Nigeria will never ever really get any big star. We're having, even in this office, we're having that conversation. So when we saw Osimhen's move, we said, okay, let's gamble on this. Tian, Omar, I called him, like, we're talking back and forth, sharing ideas on how to push Osimhen. That's something a lot of people don't know. All of a sudden, we're doing, if we go to Super Eagles camp, we must interview Osimhen, what Omar was doing his own in Europe. And we saw what came out. But he played. We couldn't have pushed him if he didn't play.
Yeah.
And again, the value of pushing a player, look at Paul Onuachu. At the time, Paul Onuachu and Seridesas were also scoring goals and Terry Murphys, but nobody was pushing them. And it was not because we didn't want to push them, but because we're not sure if the Osimhen, because sometimes when you do things in this media job, you do it on a risky front. Like, okay, let me just try this, whether I go work. It's like videos. You don't know which one will go viral. You keep doing and keep doing and keep doing, and one day one goes viral. So when we did that, it worked. We could easily have done more if they had qualified for the World Cup, if they had gone far for the Nations Cup. But they failed. It's hard to wrap sheets with scented paper. The sheet goes to smell. So they were damaged goods. When they started playing, I agree that we've not won a friendly match in 5 years, blah, 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 blah. We beat Mozambique 3-2. We shouldn't have even considered any of those 2 goals in the first place. But the Saudi Arabia game, come on, that's a game that we should have won. Yeah. So when this happened, I thought that if you would ever hold the keeper and apologize, just my people make on no vessel. I need to deliberately they do this, make a jest of yourself. Like, it just be like say village people, they follow me. And that's, for me, that's what I would have done. I was like, see, my people, if anybody who sabi pray, wanna pray for me. Now football be the only career I get. I don't go school. I would even say it in pidgin English in such a way that people will start sympathizing with me. I don't go school. I don't get certificate. I don't learn any other work. Now football be the only thing where I get. And you know how this football be. Not be only myself. This job, now they pay my entire family. I don't forget, and then they play for big league. The league where they pay be like Nigerian league. Now me want to succeed past so that I go even go bigger league. But every time I come national team, something just go wrong. Mona help me pray. I am very sure Nigerians can be very bad, but if you bend their mind, emotions like that, Nigerians are very emotional people too. Now make pastors they get money for Nigeria. Okay? No, Nigerians, emotional people, see, the easiest people to bend are emotional people. Emotional people that time they say, God, Tom, say, make I tell you this. God never, you know, Nigerians, God never speak to them direct. God must speak to somebody to God speak to them. Like, I don't, that's why I know they go church. Because the stupidity in that conversation, I cannot even deal with it. Like, God tell you to come tell me. God, they follow me, keep my list. Or my eardrum, what's this side? And then they hear God word. Or God is selected with people who they talk to. And the day we're ready to talk to me, come talk to me. You know, but let's come back. So if you put that kind of thing out, some people will still insult you. Some people will still say, but the number will drop.
Yeah.
The numbers of attack will drop. Like, no, don't kick him out when he's done. The man have even come out. I see the angle will come. Because for me, if I was just telling myself, like, this job as Sabi Asha, if not me, they handle this boy now, this is what I'll tell him to put out. And then we'll see how it goes. Then the next day again, you put another one again. Like, I know, say, I don't keep my chances of going to the next AFCON. Now, me even fail now for World Cup qualifiers. Una don't even try to tolerate me for some other countries. Some people go don't stab me, go don't beat me. I don't even cut to my ticket, but Muna forgive me. This be the only job I get. And if I don't play for the national team, some people feel no play for the national team, their career will still go. Me now, this be the only place where I get the small allowance and everything. I need that, but I don't know how to conceive. Those of them always have pray. Mona they pray for me. Just put me in prayer. The next day, you tweet now, seek me in your prayer. Pray for Uzo. Nigerians go change. Nigerians will begin, like you go see people say go move fast for her. But to say, if he is more, you they play for Cyprus, so you both sign you. How Cyprus say, Rivers United pay for Cyprus League.
He lost his first choice.
You not even, you be third choice goalkeeper for Cyprus. You they play for Cyprus, so you both sign you. That place where they sell only crayfish. Because don't know they Asian people for Europe. You they play for Asian people for Europe, they say white man sign you.
This is why we miss you.
I don't Uzo they mad. When I see the Jesus, when I see I'm like, what an idiot you are to do this.
It was really, really terrible. And I don't know why they had to go to Snapchat. They do that on Twitter. They always do that on Snapchat. I don't know why. Why do they go Snapchat? They fear Twitter.
The next thing they'll come tell you, say, and then they do social media. I know how they look social media. Like, what a fool you are. It's what's complete idiot. I would got to say. But beyond that, the camp of the Super Eagles. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said,
what's the support system like for him? I mean, I saw they put out a post and say, you know, give him a shout out, you know, stuff like that. So what's the support system like?
If you ask me,
has come out to defend him.
If you ask me, if you ask me, let me tell you, if you ask me, the entire goalkeepers of the Super Eagles are very happy that Uzo is the one putting himself in this position. Because there's this feeling that don't worry, when the tournament starts, we will keep on. Let's just coach Chris. And to make the matters even worse, I mean, Amas doing a great job. Like, we don't take some things serious, maybe because it's not a white man. I was saying to somebody that, you know, if Oma was Fabrizio Romano, we're going to worship him like God. So this is what happened. When that second game happened, and Oma was like, bros, the one man tell the passionate about Super Eagles, sometimes I don't want that. I said, bros, what we do now? You know football pass. What we will do, like this Super Eagles, we don't need to fail for the next Nations Cup. We also need to qualify. I don't hear you. They just say this group will hard us. I said, to be very honest, you just saw it. We play now Mozambique. We play for inside the primary school field because that's what I call it.
Yeah.
We played Mozambique, and our goalkeeper the shake. If you come up against South Africa, you come up against Benin Republic, where their coach gets something to do with us. You come up against in a very tense atmosphere. This one empty stadium. Only Nigerians in that stadium. Only us did it. Like 6 Mozambicans we follow the team come. And other than that, Nigerian ambassador even come there. Oh Jesus Christ! So if you play on that kind of atmosphere, what would it be like? basically, I think that what is different from these Eagles that I saw and the ones for the World Cup qualifiers and the last Nations Cup is that divide of the born in the abroad and born in Nigeria, that divide is not closer. I mean, I saw them go to celebrate Kenneth Omero's birthday. There's a more united front with its players, even though sometimes some things are still missing, but you could tell that a lot of the players now like really are prepared for it. Unlike before, where everybody's on their own, the northern boys are in their space, the born and abroad boys are in their space, and there's a lot more integration. Kevin Bassey is a good player, but he likes to play too much. He plays too much. That's play. He should cut it down a bit. I think Kelechi Iheanacho is realizing now that his career is already winding down and he's not really made a mark. Osimhen has not created. His wife was put into bed, so I will do the same thing. I don't care what they have on the friendly match. I watch them. So there is a more united front, and then the options for attack is better. But I got the most education from Sadiq Umar. I didn't know the boy. So forgive me. No, I didn't know he was that intelligent. Like for me, intelligence really buy me over. You can be a mad person, but if you're brilliant, there's just a way I would always accept it. That's why Piers Morgan can do all the things he does, but I know he's brilliant. So I can't respect him. And speaking with him, when on the right to Lisbon, he's not just that he speaks so well. He knows every podcast that I have done, everything I've done on YouTube. He knows you. The boy knows everybody, and then his plans are so big, like so big. At this stage, he's already saying he wants to buy a club in Europe. Like his dreams are big, and he understands the game. He calls the game very well. We talk about the game movement, transition, coaching, impact, tight spaces, confidence, consistency. What makes man, the boy is brilliant. Like it really impressed me. Why Nigerians don't like him, I don't know. I don't know why Nigerians don't like him.
He got the bashing from these two games. I just hope he's still rusty. I mean, coming back from that long-term injury, I just hope he gets back his fitness and starts scoring goals. But you could tell that he's still recovering from that long-term injury. I kept him out for last season and all.
It's not because I rode with him. I mean, I've known Sadiq since 2015. Samson Sassia, when Samson Sassia have to pick between Sadiq Umar and Taiwa Woni, and he picked Sadiq. And I remember I was involved in that conversation because I was really into that team going to the Olympics, because I was involved in raising all the funds, all the finances for them, going to Mexico, going to the US, and then getting stock, and then getting Delta Airline involved, long and short. So I remember we're talking one time with Sasha, and I told him, Sasha, Taiwa Woni is my guy. I love Taiwa Woni. We're closer than, I mean, I don't even know Sadiq Umar, but I've seen a few clips that they sent me. And I said to him, you don't have anybody who attacks the second post in your team. That's the only guy that attacks the second post. You cannot take Taiwa Woni ahead of him. It was up to Sasa to make the final decision. I think the final decision will be made gave us goals, because remember he scored 3 goals on the second post in that tournament, and he just had something special, about him. Having said that, I think that when you look at what Victor Boniface brings to the team, Victor Boniface is a million times better than Victor Osimhen. I hardly say this thing, but he's a million times better. Technique-wise, it's good. Victor Osimhen might be faster, and I've not seen anybody in football history have ACL twice and is still playing and still scoring. This guy had 2 ACL, and he doesn't even play like he's ever had one. And I think that I don't think the two of them, Victor Osimhen and Boniface, will go together. I don't think so, because they run into the same space, they want the same ball. But the difference between him and Osimhen is that he would create more goals because of his ability to play with back to goal and his ability to hold on to the ball and dribble, is well through. But then it's African football, it's hard to even dribble the first place. Everybody come and choose aggressive. It's not like Europe where people stand back and watch you play. Okay, but having him, knowing that you have him, you have Taiwa Woni when he comes back from his injury, you have Victor Osimhen, you have Week, and then you also have Terry Murphy, you have the other guy, so Desas, if he gets the chance. I don't think he will. Polono is already out of the conversation now. Gustavo is between and between. So until he makes up his mind, I think that one is good. The coach still needs to sort out his midfield. I think we have a good midfield yet, but Rafael Onyedika is the king of positional discipline. Man, that boy can play football. He can travel with the ball. He can break play. He can pick a pass. He's just intelligent. And Frank Onyeka is coming into a good form now. I don't know if he will sustain it into January. Wilfred Ndidi is a different person right now. He's playing under a new coach, and I think that coach has done something about his game. He's a different person. It's not the guy we used to know that put the entire Man City midfield in the pocket during the Community Shield or the one that went on to win the FA Cup. But there's just something about his game that has changed. I saw it in Portugal. I'm happy for him. I've not seen too many of his games in the Championship, but I hear he's making assists now and helping to create goals for Vardy and Kelechi. Yeah, so all of those things that we were asking last season, I think he's doing them now. But the defense is where I've got a little suspect, and not necessarily because the defenders are bad, but because any ball that leaks. Because the way Nigerian team is now, if you have Francis Uzoho in goal, who Oyibo signed, every ball that passes that defense will go in. You can cross corner, it will enter the goal. You can shoot from a distance, it will enter the goal. So for him, and no matter how good your team is, you still need your goalkeeper to make a few saves here and there. I just cannot bet my money that Uzoho can save any ball that is just a little bit complicated, because he complicates even the simple ones. But you both sign up, so let's leave him there first and see how it goes.
Right,
but for the trip in general, it was fun. I mean, going to the Netherlands, because I knew I was good. I deliberately work out my ticket out. I needed to see someone in the Netherlands. I mean, Europe makes traveling sweet. Okay, the fact that you can just land one airport, get passport control, and then you bring Maru around was nice. Went to see my friend, came back, went straight to Portugal because I needed to catch up with the Eagles game. Went from Amsterdam airport to Lisbon, and then I took a train to Portimao. Was fine again, experiencing the train after a very long time away. Then I took a cab from the Portimao bus stop to the Super Eagles Hotel, Pinena's Hotel, something. It was very good. It was a fantastic hotel. I would rate it higher than a hotel. It was a fantastic hotel. Its first service was good. But then, as a Nigerian coming from Nigeria, when you start spending the euros, when you're paying for something 30 euros and you know you're spending 35,000 naira plus, it hits hard. It hits you very, very hard. And then Nigerian banks are doing you dirty. And then you go pay for. I mean, Omar was a lifesaver. Omar showed up, turned up on my cards were not working again, took care of my hotels, was my driver, was my chauffeur. He used the rent a car. It was my driver, and I was very, very demanding. You know, I said, I want to go here, I want to go here. And then when I need to fly, because of me, he changed his flights. He had to go to Paris before coming to. I could have gone straight to Munich from Amsterdam, which is closer, but I just wanted to go to Paris. I want to go, through some of the places that I passed through before when I used to travel to Europe, and it's been a while. It's been 11 years now since I last went to Europe. So I had to go to Garden L'Est, Paris. I didn't go to the Eiffel Tower. I came in late. I forgot my luggages at the airport. I just came out. I was tired. I just came out and I just walked out with my backpack. I forgot that I have luggages. Eventually I had to go back the next day. So the window for me to go to the Eiffel Tower was lost because, again, I articulated my travel very, very well. Like, I wanted to use every minute. That was the place where, God, how do I put it? That was the window that I have for Eiffel Tower. Once I missed it, I know, okay, I need to go to Munich. And then from Munich, I took a train of 11 train stop to Unterhaching. And then from Unterhaching, I came down, and then I found out that it is the 12th stop that I was supposed to go. So I, late in the night, I was the only one in the train station. Like, there was no way in this world, if that was Nigeria, that I would not be robbed. It's that Unterhaching train station was first a bush. People can come out of nowhere, and Jesus Christ.
Security is there at that time.
There's no security, there's nobody, but I was just safe. I felt so comfortable. I was using my phone to do video. I was pressing my phone. I wasn't even bothered. And then the last train came and took me to Tokasha, whatever the name is. And then I walked from the train station because there was no Uber, no cab, no boat. I walked from the train station to the hotel. It was a 12-minute walk. On the map, it's 8 minutes. It was a 12-minute walk for me without my bad knee. I put my knee under the most intense pressure I've ever. At one point, my knee was swollen because I was climbing stairs up and down, airport, train station. was fun, and then plenty of learning. I've established enough contact to work things out. I mean, I have a team now in Europe that I can say, go and interview this person, and I don't have to travel there. Go and do a video on this person. Go to Italy for me. I just have to send them money, and the job is done. I met a Nigerian born, a French born Nigerian kid, Clinton, who's agreed to work with us. Omar introduced him to me. Fantastic guy. And I met this Spanish lady, Spanish journalist that worked with the Rwandan embassy in Germany. What's her name? Alejandro Vasquez, fantastic lady as well. And then I met the Rwandan guys. I was invited to come to Rwanda. So I told them that Nigeria is playing against Rwanda, so in the qualifiers, I'll be there. And the South Africans also wanted me to come to South Africa, help them, with some media work, because my media coordination for the Bayern Youth Cup was different from what the Rwandan guys and the South African guys were used to. And they were very happy, like, okay, I should come and show them. I said, man, you guys are South Africans, now, you should know better. The guy said, no, it doesn't work like that over there. And just when we are all happy talking about Nigeria should be like South Africa, the guy's like, South Africa is worst in terms of management, administrators, very terrible old men that are refusing to leave. Man, they were complaining seriously. I said, okay, so they are only for Nigeria. Let's leave the matter now. No need for me to even complain about Nigeria right now. The guy's like, oh, this one, there's so many talk. And then Buthelezi, the South African boy, won the most valuable player. So he goes directly to the Bayern Youth Academy for 1 year to try himself and see if he does well, he will stay with them and grow through the rank, just the same way people like David, Musiala, and the rest of them went. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were not able to see Bayern play because on the weekend we came, they were playing away at Mainz. So, but the Youth Cup finals was fine. Nigeria played first game against Rwanda. It was 0-0 draw. The next game we played against the USA. They were very arrogant, very rude, full of themselves, and we beat them for 2. So the previous day was the day for friendly games. So there's the first day you do training, the second day you play friendly match, and then the third day is the competition itself proper. And then the fourth day, which was on Sunday, is when the All-Star selected team will play against the Bayern Youth team. Okay, so first day we trained, we're sizing everybody, we're looking. I was doing scouting, looking at the players, and we had a good coach, Obayemi, fantastic. The brother to the Beyond Limit coach, Olumide, sorry, and he was very good. He was very calm, and I like what he did. It was only the Nigerian team that the coach seized all the players' phone. The other ones, the American coach said, no, you can't do that with American kids. If you try that, there will be like 200 lawsuits waiting for you back in America. It's okay. One on a country, freedom. And you could tell they were distracted. The Mexicans beat Nigeria in the friendly 2-1. And they were very robust. The funny thing, the Mexican players were all fat boys, like looking really boyish. And I was like, okay, I remember telling the coach that these guys are good technically, but they will tire us. So when it was time, we were not playing them in the semifinals, as they came second in their group, and we're playing them. South Africa and Nigeria qualify from our group. We play Rwanda 0-0, we beat USA 2-0, then we play South Africa 1-1 in our third game. And it was a game that was very close. Now, South Africa beat Rwanda 3-1. Rwanda beat USA 1-0. And so if Nigeria played draw with South Africa in the last group game, Nigeria qualifies with South Africa. If Nigeria lose to South Africa, Rwanda qualifies with South Africa. South Africa lose to Nigeria, but they don't lose by 3 goals. They lose by 3 goals, Rwanda will qualify ahead. So it was a very tight one, all these 3 Africans. And then there was also India, Mexico, USA, Argentina as they call them, and it was fun, but now the kick of it was that we're not playing the Mexicans who beat us in the friendly match in the semifinals, and they were so cocky, so arrogant, so noisy. The South Africans came with their music, they sang their music. You saw the video that I posted. They were just the brightest spot of the tournament. Nigerians were focused because there was so much tension. There was a different coach that won it last year, Justin, the Pep Guardiola of Africa, and then now you have this coach who it was my roommate. We shared the same room, and he was like, bros, it's not about the competition, but I am afraid. One, I have my elder brother who is a coach who is doing well. That's a burden on my head. And then I have this tournament that they brought me. Now the problem is that the last coach won it. If I come here and we lose it, I'll be seen as a coach that came and failed. Yeah. So there was that burden, and you could see. But guess what? They beat Mexico 4-0. First 5 minutes, they scored 4 goals. So Mexico was out. And then they were in the finals. Guess who we were playing? South Africa. South Africa was first time in the tournament, but they had done extremely well. So We played them first 3 minutes of the game. Their danger man, their striker, got an hamstring. I was at, and for once, apart from Spurs, I was happy that an opposition player is injured. I was very happy, and I won't lie, I was happy. And then we scored. There's a boy called Xavier Godwin in our team. That's a fantastic player, but he made a few mistakes. So it's the Botelezi boy who also was very fantastic. He didn't put any foot wrong in the whole tournament. Its passes were good. You know, when you give a pass, there's the weak pass and then there's the right pass. It's always giving the right pass, so moving the thing forward, playing the thing well, not dribbling unnecessarily. And he was the MVP, well deserved. Our goalkeeper considered only one goal throughout the tournament, so he was also the best goalkeeper of the tournament. And so he joins the, and then on Sunday they play the All-Star. To crown it all up again, Butelezi, who's the MVP of the tournament, went on to score the equalizing goal against the Bayern Youth Academy. It was fine. We thought they were going to massacre us because their defensive structure, the team, the transition of the ball, you could tell that this is a team that is well coached and well put together. But eventually, it ended in a draw. So that's the beauty of the whole tournament. We came back with our trophy. We're going to go back next year again and try to defend it. No team have won it more than twice. So we just might be the first. But Rwanda have invested $5 million on the project. So from next week, they will start their youth league to prepare a team that would come for the tournament next year. It's going to be tough for Nigeria anyway. South Africa also investing similar amount of money. The same with India. India already prepared. They got sponsors. Nigeria, we're still the ones, everybody's begging, give me money to get it going. But I think Victor Eder is doing an incredible job to be able to pull this together every year since 2018. It's incredible. But it was fun. It was my trip was a great experience, learning. No matter how good you are, you just realize that there are certain things you need to learn. You need to learn even kindness, learn kindness from people, learn how. Then there's the abstract, there's the extra of what I noticed across Europe. You know how when you go to restaurants, you finish eating, you walk away. I noticed from Portugal, people go to eat, they will pick their plate, go and trash the leftover and put the plate somewhere where the guys to the house come and pick it. First off at the Amsterdam airport, and then again in Portugal, and then in Spain too, where I branched off to go see a friend who's not feeling fine, and I need to just go check up on him. And then same in Germany. It was just something that was different. And I didn't hear car horn. I didn't hear police siren. I didn't see people driving one way. Those are some of the experiences. And to think that the Olympic Stadium, that is better than any stadium in Nigeria, is no longer being used for Bundesliga games, was shocking. But hey, it was a good experience. Am I going to go to Europe again? Obviously, yes. I think after the winter, Europe was cold. After two days, I adapted. I mean, normally cold doesn't do me anything, but it was cold, very heavily cold. But I think in February, March, I should be going back to Europe again. But this time is to set up, the purpose will be to set up studio and get the team coordinated and working.
All right. That was a brilliant summary there of that trip to Europe. But it's a wonderful one, wonderful to hear. And for these young players, I hope they go on to do great things in their career, in their football careers, moving forward as well. So let's switch it up a bit. Now let's come home to Nigeria. Let's talk about Enyimba and the Africa Football League. The competition made its debut this past week with 8 teams. So the competition begins from the quarterfinal stages. You play 2 legs against your opponents. You go into the next round. So Enyimba were paired against Wydad Casablanca.
Yep.
And we saw the first leg in New York, Enyimba playing home away from home. They're playing their home games in New York. And quite a lot happened. Before the game, we saw it was a poor fan turnout.
What's with that JC number 3?
It was. I'm getting there. It was poor fan turnout in that game. I reached out to someone, why the stadium was empty and stuff like that. So he said some of the fans were saying that if they could watch the Super Eagles for free, how should they be paying to come and watch
that excuse is senseless. First off, Uyo people are not fans of Enyimba, so they have no obligation to him.
Exactly. So
that's
they were like,
Aba is less than 3 hours, or let's say even 3 hours from Aba to Uyo, and the road is good. I'm not trying to hype government. I drove on that road just a few months ago, right? The road is good. It is safe. That axis of time is safe. Are you saying that Enyimba could not organize their fans to travel by bus? It's a one. It's not like a multiple stop road. It's a one straight road. They can shuttle bus, do anything. The same way Sporting Lagos fans were at the Ramos Stadium. We need to get to the point where we understand what a football culture is. Okay, I agree that traveling around Nigeria can be difficult, but traveling from Aba to Uyo is not a difficult one. If they could not go and support their team, I don't care whether Uyo people came to support them, because if Arsenal is not playing a Champions League match, for instance, you see Arsenal fans go to the stadium to go watch Tottenham Hotspur. They are neighbors. Have you ever seen that happen? Or you see Fulham fans go to watch Chelsea playing the Champions League? You don't or go to watch Liverpool. Say, oh, we're not in the Champions League. Well, let's go and experience Champions League. You don't see that happen. So first off, expecting Uyo people who are fans of Aqua United to come and watch Enyimba play because they're playing on the continent, it's stupidity. It's like, and kind of one of four people should know that. And all those silly excuses that they're making that, oh, they watch Spurs for free. That's their side. That's their side. The reality is, where are the Enyimba fans? Enyimba fans telling me that they cannot come to the stadium, pay and watch their team and support their team. They're playing on the continent. They've already been knocked out of the CAF Champions League, where they are supposed to be Nigerian league champions. People say it's because the league did not start on time. How did they lose to Wydad? They lost to Wydad because the league also did not start on time, or they not played enough game. The thing is, when I say we don't have football culture, people say, oh, that's why you talking like that. But it's true. It's true. Small children were playing at the Bayern Youth Cup. You see people coming to the stadium, coming to share, coming to.
We don't have the football culture.
We don't
used to have it. We no longer have it, or we just don't.
See, when you say we used to have it, the years where we used
to, a lot of people say back in the days we used to see fans come to the stadium to watch team, the passion and all that. You know
that back in the day. So now before they born you.
That's what I'm saying.
How old are you now? So I cannot keep clinging on to that. I played football. I went to watch football in a packed stadium. I played football in packed stadium, but that's many years gone by. I mean, we're changing it. We're seeing what is happening with Remo Stars, even though the stadium is still not full. We're seeing what's happening with Sporting Lagos, even though they are 5,000 capacity stadium, is still not full.
The North too, we have sometimes.
The North still sustain that, like in Kano, in Katsina, in the Pantami Stadium, and recently this weekend in Jos. So it's good. But in the South, like I always say, the South are playing football with mouth. The North are playing football passionately. So it's different. There's so much talk here without action. People make noise. People are lazy on this part of the world. So again, the club also need to make extra effort. Where you find it hard for fans to come to your game, you have to connect with the fans. The days of yore that we always talk about is a time where European football was not available. The only time you see European football is even back of pull office papers. Like you see Liverpool this, Blackburn this, Fleetwood this, one, that one, that one. But the real football, you don't get to see it on TV. And then again, league matches, before you see highlights, they play match on Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Before you see highlights, it will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Champions League was a no-no. We used to watch more of German Bundesliga than the Premier League back in the day. For the older people, they will agree with me on this one. So the thing I'm asking is, what effort are the clubs in Nigeria really making to connect with the fans? Because, see, business is deliberate. You have to be deliberate, you have to be strategic, and you have to be intentional. People have too much things to do with their time. If you want to get their attention, then you must create something that gets them to come to the stadium. Look at what Rangers are doing now. I just hope that they keep this man there for a very longer time. You have to sustain growth. You have to do something. You can't just force things on people. It's like raping. Sex is foreplay, romance, sweet talk before you go to sex. It's the same old trick for marketing. You want to market your product, you advertise it well, you wrap it in the proper clothes. Ask yourself, why does Mercedes-Benz, one of the best car manufacturing company in the world, use semi-naked women to advertise their cars? When you know that 90% of the people that will buy the car are men. 90% of people that will drive the car are men. Why would a Mercedes, have you ever thought about it? Because women, sexy looking women, would take anybody's attention. Bible says that the angels look upon the sons of men, and they came down to have sex with them, and they gave birth to giants. In your Bible,
yeah.
Do you know how it be for angels to be seduced by naked women with the bath water? That's how powerful just a woman is. Why do you think almost all the major sports shows in Europe is anchored by women? The most followed show on TV today is the CBS show that have, first of all, legendary Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, and Big Mix, Michael Richard. But who's the host? Kate Abdul. Why do you think she's there? Does she really know football? Does she talk football? But many people are there just to watch her. Mexico came to Bayern Youth Cup with a female model. What's her name? Chantelli also. A female model as their reporter. Okay. For underage competition, not even FIFA competition. This is not FIFA. This is like a friendly talk. This is a scouting tournament. You know, bring this. There is no way that girl not going to distract you. That's what generates numbers. The people need to be deliberate. Enyimba think that because they call them elephants, everybody will fall down and die for them.
Someone was even saying that there wasn't even enough build up to the game. Talking about the African Football League, one of the biggest.
People don't even know that Enyimba is playing this competition. The arrogance, the arrogance. Look at the small fry. Remo versus Sporting Lagos is a small game by all standard. One club that was formed 14 months ago. But the build up to that game, people's status, people's post, and then after the game, the energy still there till today. Anybody go play match. The biggest competition, club competition on the continent is a money spinner. Yeah. Is just participation. They'll give you $1 million. By any shades, that's about $1 billion. Okay, and then if you progress in the competition, you make a lot more money. Why would you not make noise about it? Knowing fully well that the shout of the fans will help you in the stadium. And then you're playing in Uyo that is not far. It's not like you're playing in Kano. It's not far from your home. Your fans can come there. And then you don't make any noise. You don't sensitize people. The level of entitlement of most of Nigerian clubs is the one that pisses me off so much. And then you expect that fans will just come to the stadium because now you be the Almighty Father. Now your game at the pool of Bethesda, where we say people come, they will just receive healing. Well done. I mean, at the hem of Jesus' garment, where they stop the issue of blood.
That's by the side. That's one thing about the game. The other thing was the whole jersey drama. I mean, a lot of people are waiting to how we go at Nigerian teams, but how mistakes like this is happening to a Nigerian club in 2023, it leaves everyone baffled because it was on TV where we saw. I mean, the guy said, okay, his jersey number was written manually. And it was captured on TV. It was trending online. Even some journalists from Morocco were making jest of it and stuff like that.
Would you not make jest of it?
Why would this be happening
in 2023
in a big game as such as this? Not just an ordinary club, a club as big as Enyimba.
The excuse they now give is the one that is even pissing me off. That they register him on number 5, and then they now.
It's originally number 5, but it was registered as number 3.
Now hold on.
You can't wear that number.
Hold on. A club as big as Enyimba do not have jersey press. A club as big as Enyimba that have stakes sponsoring them do not have extra jersey that jersey press take 5 minutes to put a number on it.
I think stake will be disappointed with what happened.
Yeah. So
and you're playing at home, not like you're playing away.
This also now scatters the plan of any other sponsor to sponsor. If the biggest club, if Manchester United is treating its brand like this, or Bayern, or FC Barcelona, or Real Madrid are treating their brands like this, you think people will not go and sponsor Cadiz? Ali Baba said something to me that I've never forgotten. One day we went somewhere. Ali Baba went to talk for 15 minutes. They paid him, I think, about 5.5 million with Abeg.
Just 15 minutes.
15 minutes. He didn't even talk up to 15 minutes. But we went. He now sent me to go and meet the lady to collect his money. So I said, let me beg us. We not say the call coming through. The budget is not big. You should manage it. I open it. So when I brought it, I didn't open it. When I brought it, I said I should open it. And I open it. 5.5. I said, what do you talk there when they give this money? I mean, you don't do this talk for the past 3 months. 5.5 million. I said, you not talk anything. I said, and then you not talk anything. You just said the yab, their oga, the talk, nothing. You don't make any sense. You should come into a co-beat, talking for 1 hour. You talk more sense to those children. And then give 5.5 million. You get what you do for them. He said, no. I said, so why? Would he convince them to pay you 5.5 million? He said, first off, they're paying for me, for the value that I bring. But beyond that, the reason why he charges that big, he told me how he charged 30 million for Dangote's birthday to be MC. He said the reason why he charges that big is not because, oh, he too like money, but if he charge 2 million or 1 million for that event, the next person to him in the commentary industry is basket mat. They price basket mat 500,000. Then the next person to basket mat is say why the price they were 250 or 300,000. And then the next people, the trickle drop. By the time you get to people like Short Family or Mr. Paul, they give the 20,000, 10,000 naira. The lesson I learned from that conversation still stays in my head. And it was part of why I traveled. Like, okay, let me go out of this place and see, improve myself a bit and change the brand, the size of the brand. What Alibaba practically have done is set a bar very high for comedians. They are pricing that when you call Ali at 10 million, Basketman should be like 7 or 8 million, right? And then AY somewhere between 5 to 8 to 7 million. And then the rest like that. No matter how you come down rich, you will still do 1 million naira for maybe Short Family. And unless they decide, oh, let me just help you on this. I remember somebody come here, sat down and say, want me to come do commentary. And I said, 1 million naira for the commentary. They said, they don't have that budget. I said, okay, I will send my kids to you, but now me go pay them. I don't want you paying them because if you pay them, you will not say that's their pricing. And you and the other Emmanuel want to go and do it. My point is, you must set a standard as Enyimba. That standard is not what they will use to judge Remo Stars, Plateau United, Kano Pillars, Gombe United, Doma, Vendresa, Sporting Lagos, and the rest. But if Sporting Lagos is setting a higher standard than you, they have better jersey, Umbro, the same Umbro that you could not sign a deal with because you could not guarantee that you can sell 5,000 pieces of jerseys, and you're still using Joma since forever because they don't expect anything from you, and then you have stake. This stake was on Stoke City or
Watford,
was on Watford Everton in the Premier League. They agree after like 4 years of discussion. They agree to put their brand on you, and this is what you give them. This is what their first major acting wearing their brand.
He came out saying it was an error from the team secretary.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
An error from the team secretary, and at that moment, it seemed like it was the only option to manually write the name.
Enyimba played in the CAF Champions League. At what point did they not realize their numbering? Some things are unacceptable, and this one is one of those things that is unacceptable. I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot accept it. Let's not leave the audience behind. A lot of comments already on YouTube and Instagram. I'm still sleeping. Honestly. Worldwide. Okay, no, that's not where I start from. Let me go from the Jesus. Numbers, the comments, the plenty. God help me.
You started with, you're not sure you will have a lot of comments today.
And I said I wouldn't even have people. If I see one view, I go happy, and I have a lot of people. Sincerely, I say good to have you back. Welcome, Matters Plenty. Thank you very much. I know Matters Plenty will take us much more. At least I'm not traveling to maybe when Nigeria wants to play the AFCON. Philadelphia say Baba Spurs and Liverpool Harbour. They won't lead them. I don't understand what you talk there. Maiwa say welcome back. Hey, Maiwa Hana, thank you for all the support, to all the encouragement, sliding in my DM. My Oga at the top, cars on that's the 347. Say welcome back, my Oga. Naib Maga. Sorry, I did miss my road when I did try find you for Portugal. Thunder, Thunder. Don't worry. Thunder not go fire, but I Thunder will just below for where you did. Baba J says Bros is back. I don't come back. Niger Sports. Is that Clinton? Is it Niger Sports or Niger Football? Blue me say big Uncle E. You were driving since you never reached where I do. Welcome from your Europe tour. Thank you very much. Wicked. Blue me says Spurs cannot go the long haul. That was what happened with Arsenal. These past few seasons, they are rebuilding from start. No doubt. Time will tell if he go last. Okay. And then she went on to say, Enyimba fans, downward spiral, they shock me, but they used to be beloved. The club need to do well again now. And then they are winning the league. That's a funny thing. You should support the team that's winning the league now. Baba J619 says Spurs will win the EPL. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with this worry boy? What did they do you? Maiwa say, oh, you both sign up. You sign you. I don't know. Dima says, good morning, Elegbete, good morning to you. And then I went down to word examine. He said, I heard you say many years back on the radio that you don't like to hear utility player. Yes, you were like, when the player in that position comes, utility player will suffer. Yes, that's a fact. I was about to ask if that's still the case with you until I heard you this morning. Yes, it's still. It would say that my position. That's a position that would never change. You cannot bring a superior fact to that argument. I'm not going to buy himself because utility people are player with this argument. Because I grew up in Warri, there's something called community chance. Utility player and the person that give community chance. Most argument. Here the approach says, welcome bros. So glad to see you. Sports can't do jack, but they will try. Sabi girl, we say good morning, bros. Good morning to you. That's a sports fan. Should we get orgasm every second now because of sports? Anything you don't post, any status everywhere. My one on Instagram say bad handling of brands support put me up. Like I told you before, the way we manage brands is very poor. God help our league and sports. Amen. Emmanuel or Obayo G says, good morning, elevator. I want to hope you enjoyed your trip. Oh, it was very stressful, to be very honest. But I always enjoy when I travel. I always enjoy my travel. I make it a decision a long time ago to enjoy my life for the rest of my days. So I would even in stress, I always enjoy. Ibrahim Abiola says, no, Sabi girl say, you're welcome back. Thank you very much. Ibrahim Abiola says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Welcome back home. And I hope you were able to ease off some pressure and relax. No, relax, no, but you know, easing off pressure is relative, my brother. I cannot do past what I'm supposed to do, but when there's opportunity to learn or the opportunity to see new things, I obviously go for it. The only thing with Europe, when I travel out of this country, is the food. God and beg. You don't know. These people with the jackpot, they're supposed to give them award. Oh. They try you. You're not going to stay Europe. Oh. Ah,
It's
see,
always funny.
no doubt about it. Yeah, Europe fine. Europe is organized. Nigeria not even their mate. But me, yes, you're there that no go fit stay Europe. On my way to see Europe, it's supposed to create a special award for them. Una they try. Hey, yes, you're there that feel. Hey, Cristiano from Brooklyn son. No, 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 no. No. The son of digital Italia. Nah, 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 nah. I haven't say that abroad. My brother Patrick, yeah, he said, Olorugun, welcome back. Thank you very much, Patrick. I beg, where the bread? Worry picking and worry picking. Now they grow past this bread, you know, I agree. Here's a Patrick say, our defending champion just they drink Zobo for continent, they leak shock. Timothy Dembo, he said, it's people for you. Yes, now. Cyprus now is people for you. They play for Cyprus. He suppose he hide yourself, say they play for Europe. No, Cyprus. Cyprus don't upset anybody.
When you go in the talk now, when you make the team, when you go, Cyprus.
Which,
That's a very long. When you start with the team work,
that's what I tell you. If you not be full, I'm more you be. The two are the same. If you not be idiot right now, I'm more you be. Timothy, I will say welcome back to level 1. Good to have you back, sir. Thank you very much. And nice to see you again. Let me advise people that are planning to go to FIFA. Find one or two websites to be writing football stories. If you apply for visa in the future and they search you, say you know the right time, so your name may be pop up or byline of stories, they're not gonna give you visa because you both already know say the World Cup in Canada, Mexico, and USA, like Japan World Cup for African countries, especially the West African countries. So be known for over a long period of time for stories because if Ali already in the top, I have visa application, they're not gonna give you visa. They're not gonna grant you FIFA accreditation. I just told this in my head because of the things why I hear. I'm just sharing it. And normally, some people will hide that story, but I just share it with them. I want to know. Dijala Opoma, the only member of this channel. Every other member don't withdraw. The money never do. I will get the cheapest membership, but people just return their back on us. God, Dijala will grow. Dijala Opoma say, welcome back, Element 1, more success to come. And then we went to Sebastian should have had a great game, but two passes out of the defense. His midfielders were slow and should have just kept booting the ball out. Difficult to handle, but I wish him all the best. And then he went on to say, Omar is just too much a great guy, fantastic guy. Yeah, each of us 11 train stop. Wow. Not be small exposure. So I had it full dose of Europe. Now you keep the next. Now this way my sister don't want to. Man, that picking fine. Oh. You don't say that picking. See hey, Jesus Christ, he runs in the family shop. I don't need to go to UK next year. And I know say if I go UK, Oluyemi go kidnap me, but I go come. It's the land of my growing up, my childhood country. So I'll come. It's about to say what an experience, and then for a 1 billion naira income, there was no publicity for that game. Boss, nothing was done to bring fans. Bros, I don't tire for all these excuses. Sporting Lagos took 3 buses to Ikene for God's sake. I tire. Timothy, they must say the whole marketing plan from Enyimba was so poor, entering from market to promote the game or even drive their fans. Sporting Lagos drove 4 coastal buses to Ikene for the derby. Eze Patrick he say, oh, it was even 4. Timothy Debo. Timothy Debo say, if Kano set up 5-a-side game and promotes it, this 5-a-side arena could full. I'm not even sure there was one single billboard was in Uyo to promote this game. The whole marketing team was so poor. Side SYD, I don't pronounce that word, forgive me. He say lame excuses from as in he lame die. There are some excuses that you will not accept. I'm sorry, I'm not raising the standard. I make anybody not to say, oh, now because I go Europe. This is how I've always been, and it's got nothing to do with Europe. There are some things that you cannot take. I am a startup. There are some things that will happen to me. And if I give my clients or people excuses, they will understand because I'm a startup. But imagine, say, a Pulse TV or a channel Arise make some mistake while they make. You say people go accept them. They don't go accept them because the person will even get, I look about John, I will tell you name. He don't do the business before for this day for a very long time. He should know all these things. And then you bring in Kanu Akwa is the chairman of the club. And all this talk of don't blame me, he's learning on the job. That's the bar that I don't. When I tell you, say, don't put ex international near our football. I ain't see not go make this mistake. I ain't see not go make JC number mistake. Tell me, say, the secretary fault. You blame the team secretary. Which team secretary? A club that runs through the pocket of the chairman. Yeah. The publicity is for the secretary too. See, make sure.
This is interesting. Somebody just commented, but Kanu is not the secretary who made the error. I think we should just, move on.
You see, that's Nigeria for you. Everything move on. They increase fuel price, move on.
See, when I say I'm not trying to make excuses for Kanu, but I mean, he's not the secretary who made the error and all that. But then again, there's this thing you talk about leadership. Everything rises
and fall on leadership.
Secretary,
if a video goes out on our channel that is wrong, nobody's going to say, oh, you're not the producer that edits it or that. Everybody comes to me. So leadership, why are we blaming when rain fall and there is water all over the place? Not the Lagos State governor would blame. Why? Now Lagos State governor they in charge of dustbin to other people throw the thing for gutter. No, but we blame him because if he's got good leadership, he don't set up a task force where we say make sure say all those drainage with people they block, there's gonna be a way to make sure it is cleaned or it fixed by the people. Now, having said that, Kanu Akwa is the chairman of this club, right? Everything that they do, he should see it. Delegate responsibility, no mean say you should relegate yourself. Delegate responsibility, people will still report to you. Okay, so let me give you a very good example. Somebody sent me money from the UK, and so they credited another account that have SL Matthew Idafe as a name. Now the bank was holding their ground and they paid it into my other account. First off, that's the stupidest thing for a bank, a professional bank like stupid Access Bank to do. You check my bank account, and if it corresponds, again, the Matthew is spelled Mathehew. It's different, right? But they wanted to, because I was out of the country now, they wanted to use that as excuse. I'm not bothered about the person who pressed that button, but I'm already bothered about the leadership of Access Bank. And if I'm dragging, that's the guy I'm dragging. Leadership controls everything. Yes, you must delegate job to people, but you will still supervise it now. Now, because you're the new chairman, you're just coming on board. That's even the more reason why you should have all hands on deck. You think that some of these times when we go to do interview and I'm there, I really want to be there. I don't want to be there. It's cheaper for me not to go. But the person where would they interview go they comfortable if I come. If I not come, it will be like, oh, this guy just started, not the fun big boy. That's what. Two, my team that I'm working with will work better with me there, sharing them on and pushing them on. Because my small company, a time is going to come when I'll be holidaying in Cyprus, eating crayfish. Well, Igbo man cook for me. And then I go also tweet. If he easy, I'll go Snapchat, go put. If he easy, when I go shop food, Igbo cook. Like Francis Mumu Uzo. And then when I gonna do nothing. Anyone I like when I go, if I like when I do the work, when I like, if I not do it well, I fire the person and bring in somebody else. I mean, so for kind of work, the mistakes, first you start from the point where the devil start to use hand and write the number. If that player not play, the world go end.
Exactly.
Because once you hit that place where you they use hand, they write the number, somebody have made a call. Who made that call? Was it the secretary? At that point, immediately you say, no, this guy's not going to play, coach, put the next person. And then you come out and fix it. Because there are two things here. Branding for the competition itself. Right now, Enyimba should be fined by CAF. Branding for the competition itself, that's terrible. Branding for your new sponsors. For a league where people need a great sponsor, you still manage to get one sponsor. I don't know how much they pay because everything is undisclosed. But branding for your new sponsor, is this how you want to like encourage other people? You still have sleeves that you could have sponsors on. Is this how you want to do it? Marriage just day 1 week and the wife just slap the husband. You just any marriage go work so. Because the man never even used to marriage life. If you waka come out now, if you see waka come out without officially divorcing you, but you don't go. Marriage never starts. You don't they slap somebody. Now, wow. I don't understand. I don't understand. There's nothing anybody will give me excuse for. This is rubbish. And if not away games, we go still feel reason. But that one I go decide somebody play. You they play home, you not get Jesse Press. Even if you not get, you not go beg what's in the color? Aqua United. Abi Aqua United not get to. Well, I don't know. Nigeria. Anything is possible. But I read the remaining message. Ikegbe Herbert says, boss, are you Arsenal fan? Yes, I am. I was born into it. My father worked for the club for 15 years. Why are you saying? You just define that this guy don't know me at all. If you are Super Eagles coach, will you search for a new goalkeeper or you will just manage what you have currently and hope for the best? I'm enjoying the show. Honestly speaking, first thing I would do if I'm Super Eagles coach, I would do what Warri coaches used to do. I will ban Uzor from coming to the stadium to watch the Super Eagles because I will believe that in Mumune's spirit, if he just go attack, I will ban him. I will tell him, don't come and watch. In short, when will they play match? Don't watch her for TV. That's one. Yes, I will look for a goalkeeper. And I think the coach is already looking for, but because that's part of the journey that I did mention. Omar reached out. I mean, when we were leaving, the hotel, coach was still there. I mean, he's in Portugal, he's in country, and Omar told him of the goalkeeper Noel in Germany that plays at Tubulu that plays for is it Freiburg or so. And the coach was like, oh, he doesn't know him. And then immediately, the son of the coach of Pesero is the match reader. If not, I tell somebody, say, Nigerian coach, I bring the son to be match reader now. And I go say, Nigerian coaches, they do this, but now you both do, I'm leave him. And the son was like, oh, no, that's not important. Then his other guys, his other assistant, the check, found out that the boy has played for the German under 21, and that they would go for it. Then it was also there that I learned that to change allegiance, you will need about 3 months to any major competition to change to be able to get you invited. So if he needs to change your allegiance now, that will happen. And then I think Omar promised him that he will go see him, speak to him. They exchange numbers. He gave Omar his number. I told him, don't stress me. Omar said, I they help you. I know they stress you. I'm not begging for money. And that time I say, some Nigerian journalists don't for their hand. That's why you talk that nonsense. You see me, I call the go ask this coach for a number at the Chris. Go take carry me call if I want to ask for a number. You don't remember that time we get to try to find me around town to help her quench fire. That's the way it should be. What I want to get number for. Where your English there upside down. Me, I know the feel conversation. Come on, let me get up here. So Omar taking it upon himself to go to Freiburg and then talk to the goalkeeper and see how he will. But back to your question, I will look for a goalkeeper, Herbert. I will. Ugochukwu Nwachinemelu, I think you're enjoying Canada. You're supposed to be sleeping by now. In case you don't know, that's our brother who's in the family group who's gone to Canada for school. Oh, yes, okay. That used to be in Abuja. Stanley. Yeah, Stanley, yeah. There's no excuse. Can't Enyimba ask for your help? Now, wow, marketing and branding is it. Here's a Patrick, you say, with dead YouTube and Twitter channels. Okay, Olamatu says Spurs cannot do up to what Arsenal did last season. But another angle not come. Welcome back, Mr. Elegote. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu went on to say, I hope say you will do trip again to visit Nigerian players across Europe or other continents to motivate them prior to a major tournament, similar to what Dr. Momini Alao did prior to 2024. Now, I would have loved to do that, but I think that is stepping into Omar's territory. Omar is not just only a friend; he's also a brother, and I think that is Omar's territory. But what I would do is, I don't think people talk to female players. I don't think people, relate to our female players a lot. So I penciled down a few female players that I would send my team to go and do interview. My job is not to motivate any footballer to play football. If your bills, your family needs not motivate you to play football, there's nothing that we will do that will motivate you. That's just the truth. I came back this morning. I could jolly well sleep and start tomorrow. I'm motivated to come do this year because I think I've missed this year. I promised to do a diary, but my movement is AM to PM. There is no space, no window. I couldn't even do it. So, even though there was better internet in Europe, but that's just what it is. I don't think I would do that. Jumping on too many Nigerian players, male, and I told them straight up, I said I can't do it. Even though I want to do it, I can't because the way people translate things and interpret things in Nigeria would even kill the content. People would think, oh, I'm trying to do what Oma is doing, I'm seeking clout and all that. No. So I'm going to do, my best place is still the Nigerian League, even though Nigerian League content does not generate the kind of views that it's too expensive to create. I would rather even go to Europe. Europe is cheaper. And you look at the kind of content we created with Nigerian League, I think it's still the best. I would beat my chest and say I am the catalyst for the media change in Nigerian football in the league. But if you put in that much money, make that much sacrifice, and then you put it out and you see 17 views, you really get the hanger. Man, this is not fair. This is not right. And not like I'm forcing people. I'm asking for pity party. But I mean, for grown Nigerian football, everybody have to play their part. And if I make my sacrifice of traveling around Nigeria, risky terrain, and go do content, and I don't see views, I don't see comments on it, at some point, as a businessman, I'm going to cut my losses and say, you know what? Move on, go do something else. So that's the direction I'm facing. That's why this trip was necessary for the learning, and probably we'll do a lot more Super Eagles camp now. I just talked to Emmanuel Sebastian earlier on about it. We'll plan strategically. It's expensive, but we would find a way to do it because that would ordinarily generate numbers. Why I didn't do any video on this trip with the Super Eagles was because that wasn't why I went to Europe. I need to distinguish myself from people. When I am not there to do journalistic work, I should just make friends, establish contact, talk to people. When I want to do journalistic work, and then again, I go to do it. It's not every time. No, you just want to jump on interview. Like the players will even start seeing you like, now only interview this guy, they can't do they relate to. But them seeing me like, oh, bro, you can't watch us. You're not going to do interview. I said, no, I just come support you guys. And then, greet you guys. And then I know that Kenneth Meru is doing his birthday. Just wanted to be with you guys and all that. And they were very happy. It was one very, very receptive moment. Even Maduka spent hours talking to me like, sorry for what I did back in the Nations Cup, World Cup qualifiers. I hope you forgive me, blah, blah, blah. I'm not angry. I'm not invested with you. To be very honest, my younger brother, my own blood brother, I've done worse. So what's this one? I'm my last one. Don't do worse than you. You owe me anything. To be very honest, the kind of money one I see safe. I'm sure if somebody like me see I'm at your age, I would do rude past like that. So I owe nothing against you. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu say, I hope say, oh no, I've read that one. There's a part say Emmanuel gets more views for Twitter. Past this one hits hard. Oh God. Is it Patrick? You get bad math. You say man, I get more views for Twitter past Enyimba. Just they do anyhow. Big club. I don't know, hey my guy. These are my financials. These are my pillars. Professor Aroturego, the man who keep our lights on and our internet work. You say, good to have you back. Watching you from St. Louis, Missouri. What's happened? You did vacation. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu say, bros, by the way, Enyimba get media officers. Yes, they get one guy, Zaza. And Zaza is a good guy, but it was not equipped. I remember when he came for the Super 6, and I was asking him, where your camera? Where your equipment? We went to do interview. I had to bring him. Some of the interview, now Zaza, I said, Zaza, sit down. You know this player. Do the interview. Let me give you the credit of doing the interview. And he was shocked. This is the first time. I said, yeah, what's the big deal? No problem. Do it. The thing is, sometimes you're just tired. You just like you don't know where to even start. Some things should not even be happening. But hey, the second worker will change this. We're waiting. And they wait to truth. Daniel Abanom, he said, welcome back to South Africa. Thank you very much. Ugochukwu Wanchinemelu said, bro, so waiting that number day like when Nigeria use makeshift pants for Lagos. Bros, writing that number. Okay, that was against Burkina Faso when we won 7-0. Christian Anomeze say, boss, welcome. Sports no fit. Who dash monkey banana? Jesus Christ. Daniel Abanam say, we missed you, sir. I miss you guys too. And my family, I told them. Eze Patrick say, on the final note, glad Esther Oyenezidi, sorry, is now in the Super Falcons fold. Good thing to see. And talking about my younger brother, one just showed up. Yorokiri Emmanuel say, welcome back, bro. Enyimba, forehand, over forehand, Eddie Chris. He say, Spurs will always be Spurs, bro. I agree with you on that one. And let me round up with, I don't know if you still have any question for me, but I won't go fight for back. Yorokiri Emmanuel say, bros, we don't discuss them here before. We expect them to fail, but not wishing them bad. Enyimba, what's it called? Enyimba was set up to fail. Okay, I agree with you. Ugochukwu watching the melody say, you truly are the catalyst of media change in Nigeria. We go discuss the packaging with Omar. Noel Turin, he said, welcome back. And I beat AC Milan over the weekend. Back, I've missed the show. Thank you very much, everyone, for missing me. It means that we're doing something good. Okay, and where did we stop now? What exam is saying? Atobolu recently made mistake in goal self with his coach coming out to defend him. Anybody else attach Nigerian name to for goal, they'll call it mistake. I don't understand. Smart 18, they say good morning, Sabros. This is Martins and welcome back. Thank you very much. Fabricot, say welcome back. That's my designer. This Fabricot, see, and they hardly vouch for people. But if you want to sew quality outfits that can match up any event, and you don't want to spend too much money, follow Fabricot on Instagram, fab_ROICUT. Follow him on Instagram, write him on his DM, and tell him he will come anywhere. So is that good? He's been able to make clothes for Alibaba that he used for events. He's been able to make clothes for Timi Dakolo that he used for his music concert. That's good enough, right? So leave me out of it, but that's good enough. And he's affordable. It's not the one that will charge you 200,000, 2 million to sew you clothes. In this economy, you need affordable people that will also offer you quality. I can bet my life on him. He will give you the best. What does that say? His coach was like, he's still young, being the youngest goalkeeper in the Bundesliga, and that he will learn from the experience. Yes, but not old man or Igbo side. What examine say? Waiting Maduka do Idafe in the past. Let's what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Baba_G619. He say, bros, I missed you, Sha. Every day I always come on IG by 9 every day. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about everything that happened, but I think this is the point where, man, unless you have something else to add, and what's it called? Noah Torre said, I was going to ask how to send a message to you if that's available. Kindly send me a message on Instagram, Elegbete1 on Instagram or on Twitter, Elegbete1 Sports. Okay, on Twitter and on Instagram, Elegbete1. Send me a message on my DM. We'll get converse. But it doesn't happen. You can't send me a message unless you have my email, which is samichaelidafe@gmail.com. If you have Michael, let me even type it here while Emmanuel is asking question.
No, I think we are come to the end of the show. We're here tomorrow. I just had to allow you to take those comments because I mean it's been a while. After close to 10 days of not being in the studio.
Yeah.
So you have to give the people that honor of reading their comments on the show. But I still have some questions here, so I might just have to take it tomorrow.
No, ask the question now.
No, let's take it tomorrow.
So that I not go verse.
I just wanted to. It's about the match day 4 fixtures in the NPFL.
Okay, so we can do that tomorrow.
And we also preview the Champions League game that we're going on today. And as well talk about the fixtures that will be happening tomorrow, the Europa League and stuff like that. So with that, it's a wrap on the show today. The Nigeria Players GPS show is coming up next in the next half an hour or thereabouts. talk about Nigerian players and their exploits and what they've done in their leagues this past weekend. So good to have you back on the microphone, and we're here tomorrow. We're here Thursday as well.
It's time to go and fight.
Yeah, baby, I see the fight. Take them easy. Take them easy.
No, better have left me also. Let me go have fights more.
Somebody's arguing with me and say, I beg, tell Lemon to take the fight easy, I beg, so make him not go injure himself. I mean, he won't get to that. But
I won't injure myself.
But it's a money fight, so and you have to fight for it. You have to collect it.
Yeah, so Robo say, oh, where go bell?
Grab it.
Oh, where go Guinea bell?
All right. See you guys tomorrow on the show. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always being a massive part of the show. To come away again next time. Find out what you go.
Aya Voice says greetings and blessings. Nice to have you back. Thank you very much, Aya Voice. And thank you to everybody. I wasn't expecting this much numbers. You know how they say on YouTube, once you leave, by the time you come back, you're starting afresh again. I told the manager that if I see 5 people view the show today, I'll be grateful. But this much number of people coming in, thank you very much. It shows that we're doing something right. We'll continue. Please, if you've not subscribed, do what to subscribe to the channel. We'll promise to improve and make you guys proud because you're spending your time and your data on the show, and I hope you're impressed. Don't forget, tomorrow again we'll be here, and we might do extended version again like today. Emmanuel Sebastian comes up next with Nigerian Players GPS show. Thank you very much.
My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports, my game. And I am the great.